So we got a good one for y'all, my G. I ain't gonna lie, this is some crazy stuff going on in the 2K community. Of course, we got some new build updates from the 2K devs. And somebody spent so much money on 2K, make Troy then look at them crazy. I can't even make this up. And Mike Wayne spoke about defense a little bit, of course, so we gotta chime in on that. So we got a few things we gotta dive into. So without further ado, I need y'all to grab yourself that brew and let's get to the info.
If you don't know, it's brutal sim on the scene, wicked and mean. With the next video on this YouTube thing, we got 2K news and rumors. Don't forget the tutorials and tips. Turn your MyPLAYER to a bad man and rule the sticks. No matter the mode, record or park, even my career brute will get you a good start. Hit the like button, don't forget the notifications. Comment down below and welcome to the Brute Squad Nation.
So you don't know, your boy Brutal sim on the scene, wicked and mean, with a next video for y'all, man. So by now you know we gotta start the video off the right way. So if you're in the comment section type first, second, third, know the gang on Brute Squad, I gotta put y'all up there just to show y'all some love, man. Much love, much respect. So we don't get straight into it. Of course, the 2K devs did respond to a few things. The first question is, are there any changes to how attributes tie into one another? Because everybody out there claiming right now, because they test out a few of the NBA builds and they see they could go and recreate them in NBA 2K25. And this is the thing, remember, in NBA 2K25, we could not go out there and recreate the NBA builds in NBA 2K25. Remember that. But now it seems like people are going back and creating the NBA 2K26 NBA builds. That's a lot of NBA, I know. They can recreate them in NBA 2K25. That does not necessarily tell me it's the same builder. I'm just putting this out there. But anyways, they said, yes, we made optimizations to ensure the builder is balanced. Some of the more notable changes are that your speed with ball potential cannot be higher than your speed potential. And raising your close shot potential will also raise your driving layup potential. So they definitely made some significant changes to the builder. We're gonna have to wait and see. Again, I see y'all going out there recreating the builds that they show, which was NBA builds. Remember, we could not recreate the NBA builds that was created in NBA 2K25, which already tells me there's a significant difference in the builder already. Trust me on that. But that's neither here nor there. Y'all can believe what y'all want. The next question that followed is, are the attribute requirements to select each build specializations the same for each build? The attribute requirements for each build of the 5 build specialization remains the same no matter what build you make. Remember, you could choose one specialty per save file. Let me know what y'all think about that. The next question is, if you target just one attribute with a custom takeover, will the attribute boost be bigger? Now that's a good question, because you know me, I want the blow-bys, I want the better passes, I want stuff like that. Blow-bys is very important with a rim runner like me. Y'all know me, I'm a rim runner extraordinaire. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. He said the less attribute you target, the bigger the boost will be. Continue to say you can target up to 3 attributes with each custom takeover. Anyways, we're gonna have to test it and see. Of course, playmaking slashing is a nice mix for me personally, or maybe slashing along with some of my builds. I'm a rim runner, or playmaking, I want to get those passes through. I hope the passes has been improved in this game, because passing the NBA 2K25, oh my God, I ain't gonna lie, we do not need a return of that passing system at all. They already added a few different features with the wrap passing and stuff like that, but the passing in that game is by far the worst we've ever experienced. Nothing have come close, but that's neither here nor there. I saw Wolf even chime in as well. He's a 2K dev. He said, excited to see what builds you all come out with in NBA 2K26. So many different ways to elevate and mold your player. I'll be tuned in. I probably don't create most of my builds off of the badges, because badges do affect your build significantly, y'all. So let's take a pause with the info for a minute, because we gotta talk about this. When you see Troy Dan, right, talking about somebody spent too much money on 2K, you know it's a problem. I can't even make this up. So Troy Dan made his post on X. This man spent $32,000. I'm talking about US on NBA 2K25. And of course, he did attach the clip, y'all, so I want y'all to check this clip out.
$32,831.68 on this game. I'll say it again, $32,831.68.
Yo, I can't make this up, yo. That's some crazy work, y'all. Imagine Troy Dan. Y'all know Troy Dan is a big shark. He spent crazy money on 2K every single year. But the good thing about it is I'm sure he make it all back with his content. So he still plays off of a profit, right? But somebody who's not necessarily a big streamer or a big creator spending this type of money, that's crazy to me. I'm sorry, y'all. I just gotta be honest. This first user response said, curious how much you spent this year, Troy, and he said less than that, LMAO. And see, iPod followed that up with saying he spent money on the 5th of August. He's deep in Imagine. He literally just spent money a few days ago on the game after spending all that money. 32,000 is crazy work. This next user said he spent only $8.99 and that's all. Now he showed his purchase. Now I ain't gonna front with you, he spent on the Nintendo Switch. It does make sense. Now I gotta be honest, I am thinking about getting NBA 2K26 for the Nintendo Switch 2. I really want to see how good it plays on the Nintendo Switch 2 since I recently actually copped that. So we're gonna have to wait and see on that. But he showed that he spent $8.99 on the Nintendo Switch. That makes sense, bro. I gotta be honest, bro. This next user chimed in and said, please tell me he makes many times more than that. I refuse to pay for MTX, but even on MyPLAYER, can you basically get all of the best attributes and gear with like $200? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But of course, people spend way more than that as well. I don't even know how much I spend, but I definitely ain't even break 1,000 for sure. For me, it's content, right? For me, it's content. All the builds I create content. If I wasn't a creator, I'm being honest with you. If I wasn't a creator, I would probably create 1 or 2 builds. I was not passing $200. I would grind mostly, but that's me. I'm a grindhead, so I do enjoy grinding. When you're a creator, you do tend to spend a little bit more because it's all about keeping stuff new and fresh for the community as well. So it does make sense in that sense. Now I got my friend Wavy. I show Wavy Wavy and reach all the way there, but Wavy be creating builds like crazy, bro. Wavy do not care about people like that. It makes sense as well because Wavy work all the time and they put aside money for 2K every year. So I respect that as well, man. People ain't got the time, ain't got time to go and grind builds and say to hell with that, I'm spending. I respect it. You could do whatever you want with your money, man. But y'all see how 2K making that bank though? Damn. I'll cry over people spending some pennies or you spent 200 on 2K. I can't believe you, bro. People out there spending 32,000, bro. Y'all can't say nothing. I'm sorry. Don't tell me nothing about how much Brute spending every single year as a creator in the 2K community. Y'all can't tell me nothing no more. I'm done. I will never reach nowhere close to that. You crazy? Bro, hell no. My wife find out I spend that type of money. She walking out of my life, bro. I swear to God, she gone. 32,000? She. But anyways, let's continue on. I saw Mike Quinn actually responded to this Reddit post right here, and he briefly spoke on defense. So anything defensive related, your boy narrowing in on it. Y'all know I don't play. I love playing defense. I love defense in the game. I'm a student of defensive strategy. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. They 100% agree. Open dunks with 100% make rate are more valuable than a 3-point with a 50% make rate, aka efficiency, while the above is simplified. The idea is you adjust the numbers above to fit the scenario and the meta will follow. If 3-point make rate is 70%, any shot or any other shot just doesn't measure up if you hit it at 100%. 2K should ensure that with a reasonable amount of defense being played, that the game doesn't revolve into 3-point hunting more than it already is. Now this user response asked Mike Wayne, what do you think? Now Mike Wayne then responded and said, the last sentence is key. If you play good defense, teams won't be shooting 70% from 3 on you. Paint and mid-range scoring is very strong this year. It seems like they're going back to that NBA 2K24 type of system, all right? We're gonna have to wait and see again. One thing I always said is, you gotta make defense matter, y'all. I don't care if people shoot a high rate from open threes, y'all. I gotta be honest with y'all. I know a lot of y'all don't agree with that, but I think the 2K community is happier that way. But if you reward us for playing good defense, that will definitely put us in a better position going forward. Now, again, a few things he said there kind of stood out to me. Of course, he spoke about playing good defense, which is what I want to hear. You will get rewarded, basically, and paint and mid-range. So rim runners and mid-range specialists is gonna have a good time in NBA 2K26. Let me know what y'all think about that. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. Y'all know what it is by now. Your boy gonna always put y'all up on game and keep y'all up to date on everything in the 2K community. Till next time, how blessed and be safe out there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Of course, the notification is key and free. Peace.